at the helm. I choose growth session, guiding you, knowledge to overwhelm. Our LX learners gather round for mentorship and share your after school learnings. Let's break down what you dare. Choose growth, it's the name of the game. Experience abounds, sharpen your skills, let knowledge resound. From coding and designing to building what you see, LX Africa's here for you. The future's meant to be. Got a project you've been working on, burn the midnight oil, bring it here, don't be shy. Let the wisdom take its toll, stuck on the concept, get to raise. Mentors are here to listen, to guide you at your pace. Choose growth. Got a project you've been working on, burning the midnight oil. Bring it here, don't be shy. Let the wisdom take its toll. Stuck on a concept, a bug you can't erase. Mentors are here to listen, to guide you at your pace. Choose growth, it's the name of the game. Experience abound, sharpen your skills, let knowledge resound. From coding and designing to building what you see, LX Africa's here for you. The future's meant to be. Got a project you've been working on, burn the midnight oil, bring it here, don't be shy. Let the wisdom take its toll, stuck on the concept, a bug you can't erase. Mentors are here to listen, to guide you at your pace. Choose growth, it's a good growth, it's a good growth. The future's meant to be. It's a good growth, it's a good growth, it's a good. Products learners, you're the future. The innovators bold, building up back till tomorrow. Stories hit untold. This session's your playground.
All right, welcome to today's Choose Growth session, which is going to be led by me, Buhari Shehu. And as always, we have rules of engagement, then the proper Choose Growth session. Then we'll go to Q&A, then closing and updates. So as always, rules of engagement, if you have any questions, you can drop them on the Q&A tab on Zoom. And the chat will be opened throughout for the interactions with me. Most importantly, listen, learn, and share your takeaways. So just before we continue, I want to know your expectations from these sessions. From this session, maybe you can type in the chat so that we can align proper. So what do you expect to learn from here? Okay. Just use the charts. I expect to feel inspired. I hope so. Any other one? Okay, so yes, this is the weekly data science webinar. So sometimes we do have Choose Growth talk in order to share some of our life experiences so that they can guide you throughout your learning journeys. Can you hear me? Hello? Okay.
Yeah.
So this is a brief about me. I'm a data science tutor at LX here. I hold a bachelor's degree from Electrical Engineering Department at Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria. And I also acquired the data science certification from Explore AI Academy. So during my tenure, that's immediately after my graduation, I got employed at Nuba Mali Polytechnic, where I tutor and mentor over 1,000 students over the last decade. Majority of them, some have entered the workforce and some have already started their own businesses. So currently I guide and support the data science learners, that's you, at Sun Technologies. And I'm also passionate about helping you to upskill and secure dignified jobs. And at my leisure, I also like watching detective movies. So that's brief about me. Then the objective of this talk, I just want to share some pivotal events from my life experiences and provide insight that will help you learn from my mistakes and experiences for your personal and growth. So the whole talk is going to be about how this boy from my left, all the experiences he have, or that were pivotal in fueling his progress to become this man on my right. So that's what the talk is going to revolve around. So the year was that of the World Wide Web. A boy was given birth to, and he was named, sorry about the background noise. Please, sorry about the background noise. That's one of the side effect of having meetings in home. So in the year of the World Wide Web, that's there, it was created in one village in Kaduna State, Nigeria. A boy named Buhari was born. And in this session, we are going to share some pivotal events that fuel his transformation. So, I staggered some of my experiences. We have like the adventure days. These are my primary school days. So as a primary school kid, I was one of the brilliant pupils during my primary school days. And one of the things that I used to remember from that primary school days is I used to explore some of the bushes that we have around, climbing trees, plucking fruits, especially mangoes, just to explore how the nature is. Then I also enjoyed swimming during my childhood days. And so one of the childhood adventures that we actually delved into, so there used to be at the outskirts of my town, there used to be one pipe that was suspended across one stream. So because those people that, the engineers that installed those pipes, they know that kids will likely climb on them in order to play with it. So they actually round it up with spikes. But as our adventure will have it, we used to go and climb that and cross the stream that is under just to see what will happen. And we're actually lucky that nothing happened to us. We didn't get drowned in one of those. But that's just showing you some of the adventures that kids can actually engage themselves in. So and then which I also liken to what we call tightrope walking. Then also, I remember my father bought me a bicycle, which I used actually to learn how to ride. So one of the things that I could remember from this, some of my friends that are not actually having a bicycle, they used to discourage me that I don't know how to ride. But well, I'm using the bicycle to learn how to ride. So how do you expect me to become expert from day one? So I just ignore them and keep learning until when I become proficient in it. And so this just show you that whenever you want to progress, so many people will castigate you. But what you need to do, just believe in yourself and do the right thing and be persistent and just say no to the naysayers, and that's how you succeed. And so if there's anything that I don't know how to play, it's football. So actually, I'm one of the spectators during my primary school days. I don't know up till this day, I don't know how to play that. So those of you that know how to play that, kudos to you. And then also, my childhood is enshrouded with curiosity. So I remember I used to ask my parents a lot of questions, and I'm lucky or I'm grateful to them that they are not complaining. They didn't complain about many of my questions that I asked. But I'm also grateful to my friends for making me aware of me being asking too many questions. So yeah, so these are some of my adventure days. Then comes the resilience phase. So this resilience phase, that's the time when I entered, that's the time when I entered secondary school. So here we have secondary school. So, and the secondary school divided into, you have the junior secondary school and the senior secondary school. So during my secondary school, all those adventures that I have during primary school, I actually carry them over to secondary school. So, but with addition of mountain climbing. So we used to go to the bush, climb mountains to see what will happen or how the town will look like. So, so instead of me to actually review down some of the cache of my adventures, I added mountain climbing to the list. And as you may be aware of, you are even aware of it. Secondary school actually require more dedication to studies than primary school. So I didn't consider that. So this led my performance to decline from being an excellent student to being an average student during my junior secondary school, which I didn't actually care much about. So going to the senior secondary school, my performance declined from average to worse. And this has largely influenced by some of the friends that I kept during my secondary school days. That's SS1 to be specific. So those friends, they used to actually discourage one from studying, and I followed them, so they influenced me. So this experience, this led to me failing my promotion exam for SS1, and I have to repeat the class. So this experience was very painful to me, and it actually prompted me to reassess my strategies for studies and distance myself from those friends. So, and I refocused on studying with determination. Eventually, I become the top student in the school. So my advice for you here is to choose your friends or network wisely. As the saying goes, they used to say, show me your friends and I will tell you who you are. Another one says you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So actually, I'm a living witness to this. So if you want to go far in life, choose carefully the network of friends that you're going to have. And while there's also actually, while I focus seriously on my studies, I actually also got word of discouragement from my classmates. But when they see that I'm not ready to back down, so I choose to ignore them. Eventually, they started approaching me to help them in understanding some concept that they found challenging. So simplifying this concept for them gave me a sense of fulfillment because I became instrumental in their development, and teaching others also deepened my understanding for the concepts. And this is what actually ignite my passion for teaching. So this is my secondary school days in brief. Next up, we have the university days. So after graduating from secondary school, I took my entrance exam. And so in university entrance exam, you will have choices of the course you want to offer. So I have passion of helping others because my father is physician. So this inspired me to apply for bachelor's degree in medicine as my first choice. And additionally, I also excel in mathematics, and I have keen interest in solving problems using physics. So this motivated me to also choose electrical engineering as my second choice. However, I wasn't offered the first choice. I was offered admission to pursue bachelor's degree in electrical engineering, which till this day I am on that path. So during those days, I was also part of the top students in my class, and I overcome several challenges during my undergraduate days. Well, you will not study without any challenges. So these challenges including mosquito bites, managing my time effectively, and putting in longer hours for studies, and also managing the lecturers that used to say A is for God, B is for them, and C is the maximum you can achieve. So you actually need to know how to manage those lecturers, and those lecturers that will never show up until when it is time for exam. So they will just come and give you one lecture and they expect you to just pass like that. So, and also another interesting thing that the program provided me with is the opportunity to network with various students from diverse backgrounds, which represent multiple states across the country. So, and also one of my memorable events is the excursion that we went to Kainji Dam, where we climbed to top of its 12th floor. So you can see the picture of Kainji Dam by the side. I don't know that time. Okay, I used to have one picture that I snapped at the top of the dam, but I couldn't locate it for this wedding. So this experience exposed us to engineering feats of dam construction. When you go there, you will just be thinking, is it human beings that actually construct this dam? And also cement or solidify our theoretical knowledge with the operational insights we gather from the generating station. Then after that, I served my mandatory 1-year service at Nasarawa State of Nigeria. And then this brings the end of the summary of my undergraduate days. Then comes the my first job day. So immediately after my 1-year service, I was hired as a lecturer at the Department of Computer Engineering at Nuovo Mali Polytechnic. So, and during my stay at Nuvo Municipal Polytechnic, I taught a variety of courses which include electrical installations, telecommunications, computer maintenance and repairs to national diploma students. Then I also mentored my students and supervised their projects. And one of the things that I actually look out for, or what I ensure, is that's while mentoring them, is to emphasize on the quality of their project over simply meeting deadlines. As you know, majority of students nowadays, they are just after acquiring their certificate without actually passing through the rigor. So actually, this approach of mine has paid off, as some of the projects went on to win national prizes. So you can imagine. And while during my mentoring with my students, I'm humble enough to learn from them. During my various interactions with them, even at class, I don't say that I know it all. So even you student, I learned from you, even with the little interaction that we used to have with you with on answer base, I do learn from some of you. I'm human being, and I need I don't say I know it all. So then I also serve as the examination officer of my department, where I coordinated semester examinations, managed processing and presentation of results. So one of the challenges I noticed students face is struggling with keeping their personal academic records. And while this one is not completely their fault, partly is because we only publish their result on notice board. So that's how I met the system without giving them any personal reports. So what I try to do in order to solve this problem, I try to actually give them print out of their results. That's semester results after every exam. So, but as you know, if you are using Excel, Excel is not good at generating reports. So that's why one of the solutions I explore in Excel is using VLOOKUP. But this one, I have to do it manually to be inputting their registration number one after the other to print their reports. So I later on learned how to use Microsoft Access, which is a database management system. And I also issue out those print out of results to them. And that helped the student to account for their grades and know the courses that they need to have a receipt, just to keep that proper record. And that has helped them significantly. And then also, I was actively involved in later migration of using a result processing software, which has my SQL as DBMS. So this one keeps the record better than when you have spreadsheets. So then also, during my work at the examination officer, I used to be fascinated with most especially the power of DBMS. How you can just, with one simple line of code, you can just extract a lot of insight in just a very short of time. And seeing how that can be used in solving problems, that's what ignited my passion for data. And but then, before then, I'm also keen at watching movies. I like watching movies. So I don't know how many of you have watched The Internship. You can indicate that in the chat. Let me see. Oh, somebody is saying any example of detective movies I like 24. Another one of the ironies that most of these days I don't have time to watch movies, but the 24, The Blacklist, and there's one, A Jaragap, it's Indian movie, and yes, Jack Bauer. So I don't know how many of you have watched The Internship. Okay, so so okay, maybe not many of you have watched it. So the theme of the movie is that you need to be adaptive to change. If not, your business model is going to be phased out and you'll not be relevant in the society. So this movie actually influenced me much, and it changed a lot of my perceptions that I need to embrace change. I need to be resilient. I need to overcome obstacles. I need to embrace the growth mindset. So with this, I know that actually I need to upgrade my skills and I need to grow. So that's why I know that I need to take relevant courses. And one of the reports I read from World Economic Forum is that data science is one of the skills that is going to be relevant. And as you know, algorithms, they are good in actually fishing out your need. We just finished recommender system. So Explore used their recommender system to actually advertise, I think on Facebook. Okay, Facebook. Maybe they employ the recommender system of Facebook to actually advertise data science program to me. So that's how somewhere around 2020 accelerator cohort soon. And the reason why I applied for that, because online you can have so many people with fake promises. But the promise of Explore stood out to me is that you will learn now and pay later. So, and the paying will have to be that until when you are employed. So if you are not employed, you will not pay anything. So I told myself that if these people are not confident of what they are teaching, they will not tell you that you should learn now and pay later. So in 2021, that's their first cohort of the accelerator cohort. I applied, but unfortunately I got rejected. So when I got rejected, I told myself, who are these people to reject my application? But well, in the rejection email, because normally when I see rejection email, I just scan for that, unfortunately, and just delete the email. But this one was different. So in the rejection email, so they say that, well, but I can reapply for the course in the next cohort. So I said, okay. Then I just went about with my life, and somewhere around November or December, I saw the advert again, and they actually mailed me that I can reapply, and they said that they are going to start that's data science. So I mean data engineering. So my actual point is actually my actual want is actually to do data engineering, not data science, because that aligns much with my engineering background. But somehow I applied for data science. I don't know how comes. So I applied for that. But this time around, I got accepted for the January cohort of 2022 by receiving the email that your life has changed. So when I received that email, I read the income share agreement. So after reading the income share agreement, as me is somebody that sometimes I used to calculate my risk, although I will take adventures, but calculated adventures. So I weigh the risks that if I default, although that's not my intention to default, but if X and Y or X and Z happen, and I default, what will be the consequence? So I saw the consequence is not something that I can handle. Then I say, okay, yeah, I'm not going to even do this program. Then I also noticed that some programs, some the same data science programs, they're saying in 3 months you can just finish everything. and you are good to go. I say, even that one that you have to pay for it, I'll opt for that one that I'll have to pay, so that I'll just have my rest of mind. So then I just rejected the offer. So I can say I revenge what they did to me. Initially, they rejected my application. Now they they admit me and I reject it. So that's one. So I rejected. Then I went on with my life. then then I received one email from Zintli that no, I used to receive her emails, but I just ignore them because let me borrow Nigeria language. I say I know they do, so why are you bothering me? So I just went on with my life. But one of the emails I received is that she said she noticed that I didn't log in and this and that. Then I say, okay, let me just log in. Since in the income share agreement, I noticed that there's a place you can actually opt out of the program if you see that you're not getting any value from it. That's after the first sprint. Then I said, okay, let me just give it a try. If it is waste of time, I'll just go. So I started going through the content. I saw that the content is of high quality. Then I also eventually attended one of the webinars, and I saw that the webinar was engaging, and that's how I say, okay, finally, I just accepted the program, and here I am today. So after accepting, so just one point to note here is that as a business, communication is very important. In that she wasn't persistent with that communication, I may not be here today. So some of the benefits I derive from the program is that I have friendly supervisors. I think my first supervisor was Zintli, and we are podded then. We are put into pods. So they are friendly, and we got to work in teams. Most of our undergraduate learnings, you just study in silo. But here I got to work in teams, and I just observed that working in teams is actually very beneficial because you have multiple perspectives to one single problem, and you can evaluate those perspectives and choose the best that you think is the best. So that's one good thing about teamwork that I learned. And another thing is the well-being. So when I was working as a lecturer, I don't know any concept about just well-being. Is that once I go to work, I work until when I finish everything. I don't care. I don't care how tired I am. So, but during some of the sessions that we attended, the tribe sessions, we were exposed to the concept of well-being, and actually started having rest and some of those taking care of my health, and that actually have a significant impact on me. Then after that, we went for the internship where, so our internship was also by Explore, where we build or water network analyzer system. So it's a system that can analyze some of the faults that you can have in your water network and the rest of that. So then after graduation, we enter the labor market, and we entered the labor market, and we started applying. So you just apply, you will see that most especially LinkedIn application, once you just apply, so they have their automated reply that unfortunately we are not going to move with you, or we will move with other candidates. So I kept applying. because one of the things that we learn, we have to be resilient. So I kept applying until when I was invited by Explore AI that I should apply for data science role. And I applied, attend the interview, and here I am today. So during my in these days at Explore, or now Sun Technologies, because Explore is actually acquired by Sun now. So the role is more of problem solving. There's no single way to go about it. As the Explore way of work, you need to chart those courses yourself. And I also like the interactions that we have in supporting students. And one of the good things that I have with Explore, that the organization is caring. In my previous job, nobody will ask you, how are you feeling about this? But here, you get to, somebody is actually caring about your well-being. So that's one of the good things. And also having amazing teammates that you sit down to iron out issues. That's also actually something very good. And there's something very good about having amazing manager. So I would say kudos to Damian. And for those of you that I used to attend his talk, I don't need to introduce Damian to you, but you just saw one portion of one simple portion of Damian. So we actually interact with Damian every day, and we used to get the benefit of interacting with him. And I still cannot believe that you have to actually move so as to grow himself. And also another positive aspect of it is dignified compensation. So I know you are looking for dignified jobs, and actually you are on the right track of data science. So now, before we proceed, I just want to know, what are your key takeaways from some of these experiences of mine, so that we can just wrap it up. Okay, somebody say teamwork is what most of us are lacking today, although we are not in the question and answer sessions, but okay, somebody say resilience. Okay. And that one. Keep the right company, dedication. Good one. Not again. Keep knocking on those doors. Exactly. Also, especially the labor market is very crazy. So you have to continuous learning, persist to achieve your goal, resilience in applying for jobs. Exactly. Yeah. So you're on the right track. So how is this thing? Okay, so my advice for you is, first of all, you have to believe in yourself. So nobody will believe you if you don't believe in yourself in the first place. So once you believe in yourself and you analyze everything, you know that what you are doing is the right thing, then you don't get discouraged. Whosoever is telling you that this is not going to work, you just say, let him find his way. I remember I watched one interview with Dangote. When he was constructing his refinery. So when he approached the banks, they refused to give him loan because they thought he's crazy, because refinery project is so gigantic that many countries are not even able to do it. So not to talk of one single business saying that he wants to do that. So they thought he's crazy, and they refused to give him the loan. But it's only Afrexim Bank that believed in his vision and gave him that. And so when they saw that the project is actually to completion, that's when they started approaching him, and he said that I'm just looking at them because when they saw that the food is cooked, that's when they want to come and partake in it. So if Dangote did not believe in himself and he just relied that since the banks are not seeing that that vision is feasible, let him just jettison the project, then the project will now have seen the light of the day. So once you believe in yourself, don't get discouraged. All the naysayers, you just kick them with your leg. Then as you move on, you will get so many problems. Nobody is telling you that you not get problems. So before I respond on this, in the chat, can you tell me what is the opposite of failure? What is the opposite of failure? What they say, success. So normally we like to think that failure is actually having opposite as success, but that mindset needs to be changed because if you want to succeed, you have to fail. That's just how it is. For you to succeed, you have to fail. So when you fail, you learn from those experiences, and when you re-strategize and try again, just to be resilient. So failure is not opposite of success, but is the road or the pathway to success. So that's why in Silicon Valley you have what they call fail conference, or they used to say fail fast, fail often. So they encourage you to fail often because the more you fail, the more you learn and move on. But as you are failing, just be taking calculated risk. So that's why sometimes we even have data science where you create a machine learning model that can predict some of those risks for you before you dive into them. But they say life is all about taking risk, but it is more risky if you say you will not be taking risk. So you should be resilient while you are hit with problems. And another thing is you embrace change. So don't just sit down and say that what you are doing is going to be enough for you. So you have to embrace change. For example, in the olden days, accountants will use their actually hard cover spreadsheets to do their accounting, then come Excel, and now you have accounting tools that can do accounting for you better. And with the advent of ChatGPTs, accountants can be relevant by exploring how they can use that in order to solve accounting problem. Or you as a data analyst, nowadays you can do your data analysis with ChatGPT, although sometimes it has to be in the paid version, but if it is something that you are actually keen about, then it is actually a good way to do it. So embrace change, teamwork. They used to say none of us is better than all of us. So teamwork is very important. Whenever you join forces, you can tackle problems. Then also, as you are working, you should be taking care of yourself, taking care of your well-being, because your health is of utmost importance. Whatever penny you will earn, if you are not healthy, the utility of that penny is going to be very limited. And keep learning. Always you keep learning, never graduate from learning. That's how you remain relevant. So I don't know, any questions? Just bring. Yes, somebody is saying failure is a friend. Actually, failure is is good. Unfortunately, in our academic environment, we used to penalize failures. but maybe it's something that we need to think. We need to have a rethink of how to better handle that. So this one is saying, good day. I have a question. If I haven't started the project, does that affect the score since it said that one can submit 20 times a day, still navigating to understand Kaggle project? Okay, maybe I will not be in good position to answer this. I don't know, is there, among the tutors, is there somebody that can answer this? Yeah.
Sure.
The Kaggle project is due on the 23rd. So you still have time. It always refreshes how many times you can submit each day. So every day you have 20 times. So you still do have time until the 23rd of June. So it won't affect your score, but do make sure that you submit before that due date.
Okay. So any other questions? Okay, so in the absence of questions, all I need to say is that I hope you learn one or two things from this talk and keep being resilient, keep believing in yourself, and say no to naysayers, and take care of your health, and you're good to go. Now, okay, what are some of the do hard things challenges that you always do? Well, this one is tough one. You know, when you say do hard things challenge, so like some of the do hard things challenge that I normally do, like back at the academy, you know, I like learning a lot. So learning is one of my passions. So although the program was challenging to many of us, but in my own case, actually, I actually not satisfied with that. So even then, but when I was still in the academy, I still took one business analyst course with Udacity, which was sponsored by Bertelsmann. So it's a scholarship. Then I also actually took one of the data analyst course, which was sponsored by ALX. And while still taking my data science, and I also actually took one of the Tony Elumelu Foundation's course while still doing the data science course, and still having my day-to-day job of mentoring students and processing and facilitating examinations as a lecturer. So that was one of the hard things I actually did. And these days also, some of the things I do, for example, the hard things I do to come up with webinars, a lot of preparations. You have to consult so many things, and while still responding to student questions on answer base and attending meetings, ensuring that your team is not lagging behind, reviewing content. All this, when you try to do it at the same time, it can be one of the hard things. Well, it's not necessary that you must encounter hard things always, but you can have a smart way of doing hard things. That's how that helps. So let me see whether there's another question. Okay, so John, I don't know if you can check the announcements.
Yeah, thank you so much, Buhari, and thank you so much for this Choose Growth session. I think before I go straight to the announcement, I also need to share my key takeaway. So we believe in doing hard things in ALX, but we believe that for you to be able to do hard things, you must learn to be resilient. And for you to be resilient, it means that failure has to be part of it, because you need to fail and then you need to try again and keep trying and keep trying. So having 20 submissions per day means that your Kaggle project could be in a position where you will not be able to get the required lowest mark. But one thing you need to do is you need to keep trying and trying. So there you build that mindset of resilience and share value here at ALX. Cool. I'll quickly jump on to the announcement, and then I'll hand it back to Buhari to close us. So our recommender project is scheduled to end on Sunday, 23rd of June, 2024. So anyone who is still behind on the project, you have till Sunday, 23rd of June to make sure you submit your project. And also, you have your final exams coming up already in session. And this is also scheduled to end on Monday, 24th of June by 9:59 p.m. GMT, right? So you have a lot of assignments and projects for this week. And also, you also have the FIS being Foundation in Specialization milestone, which is also due this Sunday. So there's a lot of deadline on your hands for this week, which brings that resilience back into you, whereby you know how to just put all things together and multitask and make sure you are able to complete all this. Great. Now, brief and quick announcement. So beginning from next week, we will not be having webinars on Tuesdays, but rather we'll be having webinars only on Thursday, right? Because we are jumping into the next sprint, and this is very close to your exams period, and we want you to have enough time to study and prepare for your exams. To this, the Tuesday sessions has been cancelled, and moving forward, webinars will only come off on Thursdays, right? So all the best to you guys in your projects, in your final exams for this sprint, and also in your FIS milestone, which is all due in a few days to come. So back to you, Buhari.
Okay, thank you, John. Sorry, I'm having echo because of double devices. So just before the closing of, I just read the chat. Somebody was saying if failure is not if success is not opposite of failure, so what is the opposite? So just what I want you to have is a shift of mindset. So in life, you will definitely be faced with challenges. So your mindset, the way you view at the problem or the challenge, will determine how you are going to go about it. So whenever you are faced with problem, just first of all reframe it. Try to ask yourself, what is this problem trying to teach me? So for example, just like my case when I got repeated. So if it is somebody, he will just say that he will just abandon the program and just go. So, but I sit down and assess myself. What does this mean to me? How can I make use of it? So when I re-strategize, when I reframe it, I actually emerge to be the best student of the school. So always when you are having problems, so sometimes when you see the problem, once you just have a change of perspective, how can I benefit? For example, now another current problem that we're facing, for example, with the advent of ChatGPT and large language models and the rest of that, most of the work that we do are automated. So instead of you to just sit down and say you are not going to apply for any job or the AI is taking all the jobs, you can ask the question is, how can I use AI to remain relevant in data analytics or data science, which is one of the things that you do in our ICE program. So always it's just perspective. That was the opposite of success, or was the opposite of failure. So
Across the lands of Africa, a beacon starts to gleam. A beacon starts to gleam. Alex Africa, the name it bears an educational dream. For learners with a burning drive to code, design, and fly. This choose professions here tonight to watch their talents multiply. Alex Africa, the platform strong where knowledge finds its home. Empowering minds all day long for a future yet to come. From bustling cities to rural towns, a network spreads its wings. Connecting learners, breaking down the barriers knowledge brings. With Buhari Shehu at the lead, a mentor wise and true. He guides the way, plants the seed for potential to accrue. Alex Africa breaks the mold, dismantles every wall, building bridges new and bold, so learners stand up tall. Alex Africa, the platform strong where knowledge finds its home. Empowering minds all day long for a future yet to come. From bustling cities to rural towns, the network spreads its wings. Connecting learners, breaking down the barriers knowledge brings. With Buhari Shehu at the lead, a mentor wise and true. He guides the way, plants the seed for potential to accrue. Alex Africa breaks the mold, dismantles every wall, building bridges new and bold, so learners stand up tall. Alex Africa, the platform strong where knowledge finds its home. Empowering minds all day long for a future yet to come. From bustling cities to rural towns, the network spreads its wings. Connecting learners, breaking down the barriers knowledge brings. No matter what your background is, your age or where you hail, Alex Africa opens doors with skills that won't ever fail. Collaboration is the key, a network built to share. Ideas blossom wild and free, a future bright to dare. Alex Africa, the platform strong where knowledge finds its home. Empowering minds all day long for a future